Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about taking life too seriously, or rather not taking yourself or life too seriously. One of the things that yoga has definitely taught me is that, you've got to be able to laugh at yourself. You've got to be able to laugh at some of the strange and sometimes very annoying turns that life takes for you. I can't tell you how many yoga classes I've been in and we've got into a pose or an asana. I've been asked to do something that's freaked me out initially, and then I've tried to do it and fallen flat on my face. And all you can do in those situations is just smile, get up and try again. And I think some of the lessons that you learn on the mat, when they transcend out into the real world, out into your life, like moment by moment, when you're out there picking the kids up from school, or going to work on a busy tube or train, or cycling, or whatever it is that you spend your day doing. There's so many times when things don't go quite as planned, and so many times in my life where I have literally fallen flat on my face and metaphorically fallen flat on my face. And you have a choice at that stage, as far as I can see. You can either get up and be ashamed of yourself and embarrassed of yourself and really self-conscious and, oh my God, everyone's looking at me. Or you can be like, okay, that didn't go to plan. Let's crack on with let's try it again. Let's crack on with something else. Let's get going again. Come on, let's give this another go. Or, something that is a little bit more light-hearted, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be happy people, right? And where does happy come from? It comes from in here. It comes from a happy mindset. It comes from looking out at the world and thinking that it's actually a pretty cool place for you right now, and you feel content and you feel happy. Feelings like anxiety and care that people will judge you or think something of you, or notice how you feel your insignificance or unworthiness, or any of those negative feelings that we beat ourselves up about all the time. You have that choice to be able to make every time those things come to light. And I think, like I say, every time, I get on the mat, something usually is not quite right. I've developed so much self-compassion from kind of like thinking I can do an asana and then actually finding out on a Wednesday I could do it. But then on the Friday, not so much. You have to accept everything as it is for that day and just work towards getting through it that day. If you put yourself under too much pressure, if you take life too seriously and take yourself too seriously, constantly expecting things of yourself, constantly holding yourself to task, holding yourself to judgment, and even worse, holding yourself to other people's judgments, you won't find happiness, because you're constantly overthinking. The mind is constantly saying to you, oh, well, what about this? What about that? What about the other? Those what ifs, they're not reality. They're not real things. They're crazy things that your mind has made up out of insecurity, out of fear, out of a feeling of lack of self-worth. Don't engage in those, or try not to. Listen, it's hard, Yoga is a practice. It's not, you don't just do it a few times and, oh, I'm a yogi. No. You spend your life doing yoga. You spend your life practicing these sorts of things, and they get easier. Day by day, they get easier, and suddenly you fall flat on your face in the middle of Sainsbury's, and you just look up, you make eye contact with someone, and you're like, oh, and just die outwardly, because they're going to relate to it. They're going to look at you and think, poor girl, thank God that wasn't me. That's like the natural response to everything, right? So try not to take things too seriously. Try to get up, have a little laugh at yourself, dust yourself off, and carry on with life. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And frankly, there's so many of those lessons to be learnt every day, that, every day you're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Wish you all a wonderful weekend, and I'll be seeing you again tomorrow. So enjoy your Friday nights. Bye, everyone.